I'd like to introduce Martin Smith, who will speak on financing green energy. Martin Smith is a renewable energy scientist and entrepreneur. He serves as founder and chief executive officer of United Global Co-Opportunities LLC, a company organized to bring to the world green energy technologies, particularly through the cultivation of kenaf, a plant source of energy, food, and building materials. His company is being financed so that small farmers and other workers at all levels of his enterprise can become equal co-owners. Martin is here from Louisville, Kentucky, speaking on behalf of his company and as a member of several Just Third Way groups in Kentucky, including Service for Peace and Man Up. He will be speaking on the Just Third Way for financing green energy. Please welcome Brother Martin.
Yes, sir.
My other brother Martin.
Well, you'll be well to know that my birthday and his shares the same day. I was born on January 15th, 1969. I was conceived within 11 days of his death. So I don't know if and my name is Martin Smith, and I am a junior, and I'm from a little place called Shirley, Arkansas, up in the mountains of the Ozark. And in my community, things work differently than out here in this world. And when I was 19 years old, I got to leave that mountain community and join the U.S. military and the Navy. And I went around the world, and I got to see a lot of differences in the way I thought the world was and what the world really was. And so, inspired by that journey and wanting to get back to my mountains and live in peace, I started working on some things that I thought would be advantageous for us all. And that's the spirit of where I come from today. And unity, I think you would all agree with me, unity is the strongest power on the planet. Can we be in agreement with that? And along with unity comes justice, because that justice brings balance. And that balance allows us to have purity. And I come to Dr. Curlin as a CEO of a corporation. We have a lot of different innovations inside of our company, as well as a lot of different plants. And I'm a community scientist. I work on building our community, looking at things that we're struggling with, and try to find things within the world global community that would allow us to come together. And today I'm so proud to be here. I've been on the West Coast, I've been everywhere around the world, and not everywhere, but most places. And this is the first time I've got the chance to come to be here at the nation's capital. And I'm so proud today, as a CEO of the United Global Co-Opportunities, to be seeking a just third way, to be seeking a way to include all of the folks that would come in line with our way of thinking and balancing, and to come together in a pure ESOP, where me as the CEO puts in my day's work and goes home, and I do the best that I possibly can. And I inspire those others that would be working with me in creating opportunities for humanity to thrive on every level, to come together and to benefit uniquely in a unison, in unity, to develop a way that we all can thrive on the planet together. And I'm so proud to be here today. The plant that was mentioned is called kenaf, that we're utilizing to generate electricity with. And if you'll give me a second, I'm going to go off camera here. This plant is a very unique plant. There's 25,000 products made of it from around the world. Could you imagine that? 25,000 products made from a single plant. And with new applied science, and with new ways to come and utilize biomass. And that's what this plant really does. If you look at this plant, this plant was grown in Logan County, Kentucky. It was a co-op farmer grew this for me, and this plant is able to produce, listen to these figures, 4 to 5 times the amount of wood pulp as a 27-year stand of cultivated pines, and it does it in 4.5 months. Now let me tell you something about energy. See, energy flows in one direction. Today, if the sun is coming from this energy from the sun is coming from somewhere, going to somewhere. And that's what the beauty of this plant is. It's the thing about innovation and energy and applied science is how do you capture it? This plant captures that kind of energy, 20 tons of carbon per acre out of the environment, out of the air. And we have applied science that will be able to take this and make electricity out of it, to make BTU heat out of it, to make a new product to fertilizing bringing our lands, quality of our lands up called biochar. And along with this, around the world, not only does this science decentralize our energy, because I can plant this on 10 acres. Listen to that. How about some decentralizing the energy? But when we get this into liquid fuel conversion, you're going to really see some decentralized energy. And let me tell you what that does for your community. See, with a pure ESOP and with us bringing these localized processes, being able to process this on the farm, adding value to it before it ever hits the marketplace for our small farmers, allows for a 12, 20, and 30 acre farmer to be able to come in and really make some differences in his community. He can build his community by growing this crop, converting it into energy, using it for himself as well as sharing it with his neighbors. What do you think that does for a community? That localizes the value of production in that community so that that community can begin to thrive on its own. It won't need a subsidy. It won't need anybody to step in because it's going to step up. So I'm excited to be here with you today. Let me tell you where this crop's being used right now in North America. Ford Motor Company's putting their door panels right in Louisville, Kentucky in a Ford Escape. So if you see a Ford Escape driving by, it's got this product inside of it. If you see a Toyota's putting this in the dashboards of there. And the reason it is because it's the most sound absorbent organic material on the planet. It lightens the car and makes it more efficient. And let me tell you something, in 1941, Ford Motor Company, Henry Ford spent a decade trying to bring a crop from the farm that he could use to make cars out of. You want to know why he did that? I tell you what, if Henry Ford would have been successful with that, there wouldn't be a Chevy. There wouldn't be any other thing because the farmer was the people buying his car. So if he keeps that cycle going where they're buying cars and producing them on the farm, he's stabilizing that local economy that's producing that product for him. And that local economy being the farm. Well, Toyota's using it. There's a whole lot of other products that we're going to be able to make from it. Last I checked, there was 2,400 patents in the U.S. Patent Office waiting for this product to come to the USA. 2,400 of them. All right, so where do we go from here? What the challenge is, and it's not much of a challenge since Dr. Curlin spent his lifetime building this invisible model, if you will, of purity and of a pure ESOP. The challenge is bringing it all together. And Dr. Curlin, I thank you. I met Dr. Curlin about a month and a half ago, piled into his heart, piled into his brain, piled into his life, and started looking and say, because I wanted to know if there was a way, because this CEO is looking to create wealth all over the world. This CEO is looking to liberate the things, poverty and starvation on the planet. My heart, Amanda, tell you, my whole heart is to end poverty and starvation and go back to my planet, or back to my mountains, because I spent my military career watching that when I was over in third world countries. And I'm telling you, my heart is to end poverty and starvation. And today I see a lot of people who look like they're motivated to change the way things are. And I thank you for allowing me to be here today and to encourage you that there is a way, a just third way. And this CEO is looking for that way, and I'll help you any way I can to find that, set that pure model up, because I think that if we can make this transfer from centralization to localization, we will become a very prosperous nation. Yes, sir. You want to see what's in the bag?
I've got 12 acres. Can you hook me up with this stuff?
Yes, sir.
And how soon can I turn a profit?
You can turn up. What are you doing? What do you want to do with it?
Whatever is best.
Well, right now we're feeding cattle with it. So you got any cows?
Virginia beef? Does that sound like cattle? Yes.
Yeah, okay. Well, right now we're feeding cattle with it. We're building a new soilless growing medium that will be growing this. Because of its ability to produce so much biomass, we can go into a piece of property that doesn't have, this crop can grow on very little nutrition. I mean, literally, the grounds don't need to be tillable good ground. It can be moderate ground, and we can walk in there and we can grow this crop because it has a 6-foot taproot that's able to pull up nutrition your grandpa put on your farm and bring it to the surface, and we're going to be able to utilize and build that 12 acres into something that's real productive.
I've got 2 wood stoves. Can I stop buying wood?
That's what we're working on right now. That's pelletization, and we'll get you a pelletizer. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, I'll talk all day about kenaf and what we're doing to liberate the world, but I want to tell you right now, there isn't nothing. If you look at every civilization around the world, agriculture is what's pulled it in. Amen. What's brought it up is being able to produce and production. And I want to leave this one word with you because I just got through trademarking it, actually in the middle of trademarking it, and I'll just lay it out here today. Consumerism will never end starvation and poverty. By nature, the pie's getting smaller with consumerism. So I had to think of another way to tell people what I'm doing. And what I'm doing, get this word down, productionism. Making people productive will be the economy of the future. Remember I said that. Making people productive makes the economy of the future work. Thank you for letting me be here.